have enough heads up. Depends on where I'm at.
Hello, hello. All right, just want to give somebody.
Love you.
Bye, love you too. Have a good day.
You too.
High five.
I'll see you at 5 o'clock.
5 o'clock sounds good.
Okay.
All right, all right. So, hi, Music Mondays. Tell you what, I just got done doing a labor job, so I need to change real quick. Set up the room for awesomeness. Setting up the room for awesomeness. So if anybody does rewind these and watch these all the way from the beginning, these are about Music Mondays. Think of it as like a lackadaisical Mr. Rogers. I come in, I play a little bit of music for you. There is no theme song as of yet. But somebody had asked me what I do, you know, around when I had about 1,500 viewers. Asked me what I do, what's my normal day, and I thought about it. My normal day, nobody would want to see, and then I thought about like what that actually entailed, and apparently people do. So I work a labor job, so I woke up super early this morning to do the household chores, off-grid sustainability, living up in on a mountain in Hawaii, and then I basically have several hours to do morning work, and then I teach on Mondays and Saturdays. And on Mondays and Saturdays, I have the pleasure of working with all age groups on all different instruments that I play. So one of the things I really enjoy doing is being able to culture an improvisational mechanism for the students that is based off of just standard theory. I've got a couple schools of thought on how to do that with piano. I definitely have my own curriculum, syllabus writing technique for stringed instruments. So what I do is I offer lessons online Zoom. If you're stuck on any instrument that has strings, basically like mandolin, banjo, ukulele, guitar, bass, 12 strings, pedal steel, anything that can be played with strings and has fretting, even stuff kind of that doesn't, you know, cello we can do, but it's kind of hard over Zoom. But the process behind how I teach is practicing the practice of practice. So if you're on this channel and you dig this and you haven't subscribed yet, that'd be groovy. That would help us out. I'm still trying to figure out how to do the technical aspect of all this stuff. So it is very interesting for me to watch other channels, see what they do, and then kind of learn from others. What I'd really like to do is be able to offer the t-shirts that I've made, the black ones with the big foot with the piano in the middle, to the couple people who responded to my poll, just to see if they like the t-shirt idea. And then I would like to be able to sell those online to generate a $8 difference between what I pay for the shirt and how I get it out to you. So I can start putting that $8 towards buying gear, like buying a better microphone, not having to go off just directly this iPhone. Set up a different preference. I've been watching a lot of different videos on how others do that. I think it's super groovy that a lot of people have just found routes and ways around having to spend top dollar on some of this production stuff. Some things are inevitable, which I understand, but having a little funding would help, really help. So I don't know if that'll work or how far it'll go, but I love music. Oh my gosh. This guy's too small. I think this is a small for my wife. I'll put on the other one. But I'm very thankful today on a Monday to be working. I rent a room from Big Island Guitars here on the Big Island. So if you are in Hilo, stop by Big Island Guitars, 1221 Kilauea. Say hi to Spence and Laura. And if I'm here, say hi to me. If you're in town, maybe get some lessons. I teach on Wednesdays and Saturdays. However, there are other teachers here on other days. Ooh, that's much better. Not as tight. Toy. So, took off my work clothes, put on my other work clothes, got my comfy Roger shoes. I think I should sing a song or do like some sort of intro theme music. I don't know. Well, I gotta say, for those who do pop in on Music Mondays, I would love to get some questions, maybe start some dialogue. Let's see. Maybe I have to enable questions. Maybe I haven't done it right. If you are on here right now, can you put something in the comments like, hi, how's it? How you doing? Wet Mondays. Wet Mondays. Wet Mondays. Boom, 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 boom. Oh, I guess all of these. I need therapy? Yeah, I think so. How you doing, Mr. Brady? Are you a therapist? Boom, 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 boom. You know what? I agree with that. I think everybody needs therapy. I especially. You know, life's hard. Do what you can. Oh, jeez. Well, there used to be hand wipes in here. There they are. So you still with me, Braden? You have a question about music? Do you play any instruments? Maybe rap a little bit here before my first student. I wonder why the comment thing keeps going away too. Yeah. Well, I have a piano student today that I need to pick a piece of music for. Usually I go with Moonlight Sonata because it helps with the left and the right hand moving together. If you have any options for like a first year piano beginner, a lot of the things I've been doing are like just like variations of stuff like Schubert, Tchaikovsky, Chopin, but they're not as hard, they're not as difficult. And what I find is they do them in different keys, which I think it helps for finger strength in the keys that I'm teaching in the beginning, just the, you know, the majors, C, D minor, E minor, out of the C bass. However, I kind of wish I would have played like in B flat or E flat a lot more before I was actually on the piano teaching this. The foundation came from doing vocal warm-ups in high school, college a little bit too, learning how to read different lines. My main focus, I guess, comes in hearing different harmonies, so it helps to understand counterpoint. A lot of the things that I've been working on as of late have just been understanding modal structures and how to teach them on all the different instruments. My methodology for stringed instruments starts with what I'm gonna do here in like 2 or 3 minutes. It's just my warm-up, basically. I start my day with doing these warm-ups. Helps my fingers get going. I call them spider exercises. They could be called something else by somebody else. Don't know. And I have a new student this morning. It's 10 o'clock, and I hope that they show up. Very excited. So, let's see here. Start 2 keys over from your middle C. Oh, let's see. Any therapy? Yes, sir. Yeah, we all do. Start 2 keys over from your middle C. Oh yeah, for the tuning of the guitar. Very true, my friend. So the 2 things that I do in the beginning are the spider exercises. They look quite like this. I take 1 finger, put it on the 1st fret, not flat, but right and pointy. Kaboom! And then I go up all frets, 2, 3, 4, making sure that last pinky is straight over the top, like I'm curling up and it's pointy, and it's not flat. This gives great points, so you could hit like you get used to like hammering right on the top, which gives you great definition, allows you to make the note a little bit flat or sharp by pressing down harder, and then it allows you to be able to actually move through things like a pop, slide, and then drop down. A little bit of finger stuff that we go over. So the first one, I use the pick. I don't put the pointy side out. I lay it flat, and then I go 1/8 notes. Down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. This allows me to go through using quarter notes. I can do 4 on 1 string. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. The switch helps get between the strings on the right hand, or your strumming hand, or your picking hand, whatever that is. And then it helps you judge the difference between how far apart those strings are, so you can just easily jump to those. The idea of doing the all the way up, you change that over a period of time. So another thing that I do is my warm up in the mornings. I kind of do like a 1, 4, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 4, 2, 3, 2, just anything, hum along with it, get really in tune with your instrument. If you notice, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 between your octave, which means when you're kind of tabbing out each one of these notes, you can use this ascending pattern and then discern between your whole step, half step, whole step, half step, whole step, whole step, and then half step for resolution of Ionian. Anybody on here that's doing like finger scales, the next thing we would do is after we warm up with those spider exercises is we pick any chord that we know how to play, whether it's a C major, D minor, D major, D minor, E major, E minor, F major, G major, and we try and play it another way. Meaning, if you already know how to play a G this way, and you're looking to play this G7, being able to play a G major like this in both phrases is wonderful. But a backdoor methodology to get perfect rhythm is to basically take your hand up and down and start this rhythm and only play on the 1, which gives you what we're just doing G. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. And once you got that rhythm on the 1, if you can't get your hand to switch during this next thing, try smacking your leg. But you switch on the and of 1 to the next shape. 1, switch, keep the right hand going, play on 1, switch, keep the right hand going, or your strumming hand. If you follow this process, the next one you're going to do is a half note. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. And by the time you get to doing quarters, going on just the downstrokes, you'll be able to flip between the 2 phrasings of this G major. And heck, you can even do 3 phrasings if you include the bar chord. Right? So by doing this, you're enabling yourself to understand where all your G's are, to throw in a G7 if you want. That's when you start practicing between different chords. The reason why I teach chord to chord switching like that is by the time you're doing 8th notes, you can do 16th notes. It enforces the up and down motion, and it takes away from the gait and turns it into more like a wrist motion. Hope that helps. So I need to check. I should see a therapist first thing in the morning. Okay. Well, it's nice seeing you, Mr. Braden. Have a great day, I think. But I think we're just gonna hide you from the channel. Nobody wants to see that nonsense. Okay. So anybody who's here for the music that really wants to see this, we basically can move our fingers up in that structure, doing that the whole way. If you want to try that in the morning, it's going to really get your fingers going. One of the exercises you can do is moving up a half step each time and then going through the process each time. This isn't about speed. It's about completing the thought. Notice how each note is the same volume, each note is the same speed, and each note is on the beat at where it should lie. This really works well if you have a metronome, but if you've got a drummer with you doing like tick, 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 these little rhythm things actually become the way that we make phrasings and improvisation. So if I was doing like a In certain circumstances, too many notes is too much. You got to be choosy and picky about where you put those notes. However, those spider exercises will help your fingers stay on the fret right in front of it and right behind it. And what you'll notice after a period of time, when you study scales, there's really only 3 different ways to play these scales that kind of make sense for the flow of your fingers. You could actually play this one in a different phrasing there, but each one of those is going to line yourself up to be able to play that same thing in any key. The open ones are the tricky ones because you have to remember that those notes have to be sharp. You can't find an F sharp below here, so that has to be the note you play in G. Why the second fingering of that kind of scale works the best. Anywho, go through your day, 5 minutes in the morning, 5 minutes at night. If you haven't been on this channel and you're watching this for the first time, grab your instrument of choice, find a chord you don't know how to play, try play it in the morning, then try and play it at night, and see the improvement after a week after you do it 5 minutes here, 5 minutes there. Thanks. Aloha.